Hi everyone, this is a Canny Couple. I'm Julia, Aaron's behind the camera, and today I want to show you all my best and favorite Christmas candy, at least in our household. But before we get started, we would really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button and if you would leave your favorite Christmas candy in the comments below. So, if you all have heard us talk about peanut butter balls, these are the Christmas candy that won Aaron's heart for me. He was thinking about marrying me before, but these cinched the deal. So it's a really simple recipe and it's very basic. And unfortunately, the way I do my peanut butter balls, I can't give you like measurements, but I'm going to show you how we put these together, and we do a really big batch. As you can see, I've got a really big bowl here. We're going to fill this thing up. But before we start, we're going to get our chocolate started melting. So you can melt your chocolate in the microwave. If you do, I would wait till your peanut butter balls are rolled. I do not. I don't like melting my chocolate in the microwave. I like to melt mine in a double boiler on the stove. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our chocolate candy coating. Funny story about the chocolate candy coating. When we first got together and I was making these for Aaron, he had never had them. And he's like, okay, yeah, and we'll make them. And I got the cheaper blocks like this that are a whole block, and I was making him break it apart. He's like, I don't know if this is going to be worth it. And I said, well, you can get them where they're individually blocked and they'll melt, you know. And he's like, well, why didn't we get those? Because they're probably like $1 more. I'll pay the extra $1. I don't ever want to break these up again. So that's just the funny story we have. First time making them. And you're going to notice I do quite a bit. That's because I do make quite a bit of these. I mean, we aren't light on peanut butter balls. But they have to last us till January. And
That's the hard part.
Aaron's ration. So I'm going to put these on medium. Again, this is a double boiler, so it's got water on the bottom, chocolate on top. And I'm going to add a little bit more of this candy coating. And another quick tip, if you need to break these apart, you take a mallet while it's still in the container. A mallet would work well. That was before I learned the importance and had a love for a mallet and using it in cooking. Ever since then, I've really started going with mallet. Okay, so you need half a stick of butter, and we're going to use 1.5 things, large containers of peanut butter. So these are 40 ounces. So, Aaron, tell everybody why you like my peanut butter balls while I'm getting these out.
They're like the best flavored thing ever. And there's nothing I can compare them to even. I said, you know, when the little one learns how to cook, it's either peanut butter balls and potato salad are the first two things she's got to learn.
So she can bribe her daddy.
Exactly.
And if you want, you can melt your peanut butter in your container. I do not, because I don't like to heat up plastic with my food. I've really been working to get away from that. And I'm not going to get all of it out with this spoon. I'll go back and finish cleaning this out a little bit later. And then we get another half. You all are like, this is a lot of peanut butter. I do make mine a heavier peanut butter. And peanut butter balls, think of them, if you're from the north, you probably call them Buckeyes. And you dip them like with a toothpick. In the south, they make peanut butter balls. There's a lot of different variations. Coconut, and they use other things to kind of give it that crunch.
Ugh.
We use graham crackers, and it doesn't really have much of a crunch, but it does have a really nice texture to it, and it's got a really good flavor. Again, my mom used to make them when I was little. I started making them when I became an adult. I've been making them ever since. I've been making them every year with Aaron.
It's required.
It is required. I might not make anything else, but I'm making peanut butter balls. Okay. got graham cracker crumbs. Any graham cracker crumbs will do, but you do want to make sure you're getting the graham cracker crumbs. You do not want to try to like break them up. Unless you can like pulverize them. And I got these on sale. IGA had a really good sale. I said I'm probably gonna use about 2 cups. We'll see here. I remember my mom used to get the little cheesecakes and she would buy the crust, but they would always come with graham cracker. And that's what I would use for graham cracker crumbs in my peanut butter balls. And my brother threw them all away one year. I almost had a heart attack. Like, are you insane? I save these every year for this one thing. Powdered sugar. Now, you notice I have two 2-pound bags of powdered sugar here. I do not know how much I'm going to need. It's going to depend on how they start to turn out. But we're going to start off with 1 bag, 2 pounds. So these are not healthy. These are not for the people out there who are trying to be health conscious. This is a fun Christmas treat. Now, I will say these are wonderful Christmas presents. People love them. You can give them away. We are not allowed to give them away here.
These are hidden when people come around.
I'm allowed to put out like 10.
Why are you putting out that many? Put those back.
He gets mad.
I do, honestly.
So we're just going to start mixing these up. And whenever I get it to a certain point, I'll be putting my hands in here to get it mixed up really well. Because, again, this is all about texture. It is all about the texture. You're looking for a not too creamy, but not too dry texture. And it's really hard to achieve it. But I have found over the years the right way to find it. We're just going to get the powdered sugar in here. Just try to get the peanut butter incorporated. And I might have to add more peanut butter. I might have to add more powdered sugar. It really just depends. You also want to make sure your bowl is bigger than your stuff that you're using. It's very important. All right. So when I do these with my hands to kind of help keep them from getting too messy, I will start from one side where all the powdered sugar is and then just try to incorporate it. You're think of this like you're making a pie crust. You're just trying to get that right texture where it sticks together and holds together. Not too dry, not too moist. It's just right. And a good peanut butter ball, I'm telling y'all, it's all about the texture on the inside. Like, I can tell you now, I'm probably going to need more powdered sugar. Because I'm a little creamy, and I can see it. You can tell how it's coming together really easy. It tells me that I'm too wet. I'm too moist. And over the years, I've put a lot of extra butter in this. It seemed like it's too little, but the more butter you put in here, and you really don't need that much butter because the peanut butter has oil in it anyways. But the more butter I put in here, the harder it is for me to get it incorporated. And I have to use more powdered sugar, which I don't know about you all, has gotten a lot more expensive for us. Actually, I might not need any more powdered sugar. We'll see here in just a second. So I hope I can get you all some more candy videos if y'all are interested. I have some other ideas, and I've got some cheap candy video ideas out there that are good for Christmas presents and are just good to have for you and your family. And I'm hoping I can get those to you all this year. Some easy mom candy. And you want to make sure you scrape your sides because your powdered sugar and your graham crackers will go to your sides. And you just want to make sure you keep it all on one side of the bowl. It will be fully incorporated. No, actually, I think we are almost we're almost where we need to be. And you want to make sure you don't have any like big chunks of powdered sugar in here. And if you can just kind of push it along as you go through, it will help keep it from getting too, like when somebody doesn't bite in and get a huge chunk of powdered sugar. I will tell you the hardest part of this is the rolling. It does take a while.
It does. It takes a while to
And
do
the
that.
dipping.
But when I'm helping rolling, you can see a huge difference in how you can tell who rolled which one. So mine look awful and hers look really good.
Okay. And here's my taste tester. He's going to tell me if we're right.
Mm-hmm.
So you see how I can just squeeze these together and it turns into a ball, but you don't see anything stick to my hand. Means the peanut butter's not going to stick to my hand. The little one's pulling, and that's just how we are able to form it into that perfect shape. Does it good? Did it need anything?
You don't need anything.
Then we just go through and roll them out. I try to keep them smaller than 2 bites, because if I don't, like, you can make these as big or as small as you want them. But this seems to be the right size for us. So I'm going to roll these balls and get them here set, and then we will let the chocolate melt, and I'll show you all how to dip them here in just a few minutes. We are back, and we've done several trays of peanut butter balls. Erin told me I wasn't making enough, so I had to make another batch. It's been about an hour. It's about how long it took. And these I just popped out of the freezer. I did put them in the freezer because our house is a little warm right now, especially with the stove going, and I was worried they might melt. And they also will harden a little bit faster if you get them a little bit cold beforehand. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. We appreciate all the support. So let's start dipping these. So over the years, I have learned how to dip candy into chocolate, and I found the way that works the best for me. Now everybody has their way of doing it. Totally get that. A lot of people like the microwave. I do not, which makes my chocolate a little bit warmer than most people's, because typically when you do it in the microwave, you have to keep going back and heating it up. I've also had issues with chocolate sparking my microwave a few times, so we don't put chocolate in the microwave. So what I do is I will take 2. I only do 2 at a time. I don't put more than 2 in. I just drop them in. And I have 2 forks, and the 2 forks are important. So you put one on, and you just kind of give it a little shake. Knock it off. And then we lay it on some parchment paper or wax paper. I use parchment. It is my preferred method. And then I find the forks to be so much easier than a spoon. You don't waste nearly as much chocolate. No, it's not as pretty, but with these, pretty doesn't really matter.
As long as the taste is there.
You can do sprinkles, you can do chocolate on top. If you don't have the chocolate candy coating, you can use chocolate chips. I've had to use chocolate chips many times in the past. We just find the candy coating and get that. But if I run out of candy coating, I will use the chocolate chips. It's so good. So good. We'll just rinse and repeat till these are done. They take probably about 10 to 15 minutes to cool, especially if you stick them in the freezer. They don't take very long at all. And these pans look bad, but I only use them for this. It's one of the reasons I kept these pans was for candy and canning, because they're really handy for that. And I just put them on my pan, and I'll take them off, put them in a bag when they're ready, and then it just works out really well for me. I've had years to develop my system because Erin does to me these pretty often. And we will keep dipping in here in just a few minutes. Whenever one of them is cooled enough, Erin's going to be the taste tester. He's excited. He's gritted.
Yes.
And we're back. And as you can see, we have a whole tray full of these wonderful things. And Erin has graciously decided to be taste tester.
And I will taste test more than one if you want me to.
You were supposed to show them the middle.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll do another one.
How well after you get your mouth.
These are the best things ever.
Creamy,
So good.
like a upgraded Reese cup, right?
That's probably the best way to actually describe it. Like a 10 times better than a Reese cup.
It is so good. But
And those were not my two for the day. Those were my two taste testing ones, so I have witnesses.
I do have to ration them, or they won't make it.
Yeah. Well, we hope you all like this, Try it out. You'll love it. Any comments, questions, leave them down below, or send them to thecannycouple@yahoo.com. And go over and check out our link tree, which has all of our other content. And
As always, thank you for joining us on the Canny Couple, where we work hard, live simple, and enjoy life, and eat a lot of peanut butter balls. Have a wonderful day.